Welcome to Budget Beauty, where I help you look flawless for less. Welcome back, and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen, and this is Budget Beauty. We do everything beauty on a budget, and that includes testing new brands and new eyeshadow palette releases. Now, I talked about this particular palette in my new makeup releases, and a lot of you commented down below and said, we want to see a tutorial. So I am here to honor that. And we're going to do a tutorial today with the What's Up Beauty Dragon's Eye palette. I have never tried What's Up Beauty, so this is going to be my very first time trying the brand. I have heard amazing things about both their eyeshadow palettes and their brushes. So I also picked up a set of their brushes to test out today as well. So we're not only testing the Dragon's Eye palette, we're also testing the brushes. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. Check out the description box down below where you will find What's Up Beauty. I will link the palette, link the brushes, everything will be down below for you, as well as my favorite beauty subscription boxes, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing in today's video if you would like to recreate this look, discounts to my favorite indie brands, and come follow me on TikTok for a little bit more beauty on a budget. So let's test the Dragon's Eye palette from What's Up Beauty. I'm going to go ahead and insert close-ups here of the palette for you. First of all, the unicarton is beautiful, but where this palette really shines packaging wise is the cover. I love the dragon on the cover. It's a little bit shifty, a little bit sparkly. And then the inside of the palette does have a mirror, and we have a very beautiful color story. Now, I have heard rave reviews about their mattes. I've heard rave reviews about their shimmers. And when I swatched both, they swatched beautifully. The mattes are buttery soft to the touch. The shimmers are buttery soft. They're not that wet foiled shimmer, but they are just sparkly and gorgeous. I am so excited about this. This is a neutral palette with a twist. There's some purples in there, some pinks in there, but where this palette really adds that twist is in the shimmers. There's neutral shimmers, and then there's these really beautiful multi-chromes and duochromes that just bring this palette up 1,000 notches. So I can't wait to test it out, see what we think of What's Up Beauty's formula, and then of course we're going to use their brushes. I've also heard amazing things about the brushes, so we're gonna test those out. So let me zoom you in and let's create a look. So as always, first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes with my MAC paint pot in Painterly. I always use an eyeshadow primer. It keeps my shadow in place all day and really helps prevent creasing. I am 48, so I have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles on my lids, and by using a primer, it just prevents everything from settling in to those fine lines. I also always have my MAC paint pot down below in the list of the other makeup that I'm wearing. Now, like I said, I'm really excited about this palette. I definitely want to bring in some of the colorful shades, but I also want to test out some of the neutral shades as well. So I'm going to start with this pinky shade here called Breath. This is just looks like more of just a mauve pink tone, and I want to use that as my crease shade or as my transition shade. So I'm going to pick that up with the fluffy What's Up Beauty brush, and I'm going to pop that into my crease and a little bit above my crease because I do have hooded eyes. So when my eyes are open, I still want the shade Breath to pop out above my crease. And just so you know, first application, mega pigmentation, absolutely beautiful pigmentation. And this is just applying and blending really nicely. I mean, no skipping, no patchiness, super opaque. And this brush, I really like this brush. It is super soft, and I like that it has a bit of a pencil tip to it, so I'm able to just really focus on getting that shade in my crease and then using the brush, the fluffy part of the brush, to blend it out. So far, the shade is beautiful, and I really like this brush. Also, the brush, really soft bristles. So far, absolutely beautiful. Now I do want to deepen up the crease just a little bit, so I think I want to bring in a little purple. So I'm going to pick up the shade Powerful with another What's Up Beauty brush. This one doesn't have the pointed tip, but is still a little bit more of a dense, fluffy brush because I really want to focus that shade Powerful just in my crease. I don't want to bring it above my crease because, again, I want Breath to pop out. So I'm going to just tap that shade in my crease, and then using the tip of the brush windshield wiper motion, just really blend that in. This purple shade is so pretty. It's so pretty. And you guys know how I feel about purples. They're really hard to formulate. A lot of times they're really patchy. I have no patchiness, and this is just blending out so nice. And a lot of it has to do with this brush. These brushes are fantastic. So I went ahead and just deepened up the crease, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, and then we'll deepen up that outer corner for some depth. For the outer corner, I'm going to use the deepest shade in the palette called Smoke. This is a brown shade, but it has a bit of a purple undertone, so I think it's gonna pair really nicely with the pink and purple shadows. So I'm going to pick this up on another What's Up Beauty brush. This is a little bit more of a dense flat brush, and then I'm going to focus that solely on the outer corner. Oh, that shade is so pretty. Wow, that is really pretty. It's definitely brown, but it has that purple base, so it's kind of a raisin brown. Okay, this is so beautiful, and it is layering very, very nicely over those two other shadows. This is pretty incredible. I'm going to go back into the shade Breath with that first fluffy brush, pick a little bit more of that up, and I'm going to use that to just diffuse and blend out the edges. I definitely want to see that shade, so I'm going to, again, just apply it to the edge and then use it to blend. As always, I'm going to use my NYX glitter glue, and I'm going to tap that on my lids prior to applying any shimmers. I use NYX glitter glue every single time I do my eyes. It is also linked down below with all of the makeup. And as always, I'm going to use my finger for a shimmer and a brush so we can test out the application of both methods. So I'm going to start with the purple shimmer called Monster. Look at how pretty that is. It is just so buttery soft to the touch. And I'm going to put that on the outer half of my lid. I do want to try to pull in a little bit more purple. Wow, that is so pretty. It's so foiled. It's so foiled, but it's not the wet foil. It's a really, really beautiful formula. It reminds me of the butteriness of a matte, but then you get the foiledness, you get the foiled look of some of those more wet shimmers. So this one is really easy to work with because it's not that really wet formula, but you still get that really foiled look. I love that. And then I have to use this shade Magic. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So using my What's Up Beauty brush, this is more of a pencil style brush. I'm going to pick that shade up, and that's going to go on the inner portion of my lid. Oh, that's so pretty. I knew that this was gonna be a little bit more of a blue-green shift, and I think it just pairs beautifully with the pinks and the purples. Isn't that pretty? And that also applied beautifully with the brush. So finger application, brush application, whatever your preference, these shimmers work perfect. I also want to pick up the pink shimmer called Myth. This is one of those pretty duochrome, shifty, beautiful shades. And I'm going to pop that kind of right in the middle. Oh yeah, that is so pretty. That's just adding a little pop of pink. That's perfection. That just added in the pink that pairs so nicely with those matte. And then for the lower lash line, I'm picking up the lighter purple shade called Spikes, again on my What's Up Beauty pencil brush, and I'm going to buff that on my lower lash line. This shade is really pretty. It kind of reminds me of a mauvey purple, just a really, really unique color. And then I'm picking up this blue-green shifty, blue-purple-green shifty shade called Scales. This is one of the multi-chromes in the palette, and I'm going to buff that on the lower lash line as well. That's so pretty. It added just this pop of green-blue to the lower lash line. I really love that. And then for my inner corner highlight, I have to use Fly. It's the white-blue shifty shade. This shade is so pretty, and I'm going to just pop that on my inner corner. Isn't that beautiful? The shifts in this palette of these shimmers is pretty out of this world. That's so beautiful. That would also make a stunning inner brow bone highlight. So this is the look. Let me go ahead and do some liner mascara, put something on my lips, get ready for the day, and then we'll go over my final thoughts on the What's Up Beauty palette and brushes. So here's the completed look for today. It is a cold, cold morning in Arizona, so I kept my sweatshirt on. I did take a long walk this morning and I bundled up for that. I'm still gonna stay bundled up for a little bit longer today, but I did my hair, finished out my makeup, just did some liquid liner and some mascara, popped the Tower 28 lip gloss on my lips. Just as a reminder, all of the makeup I'm wearing will be linked down below for you. Let's go over my thoughts on What's Up Beauty and my first impressions trying out both the brushes and the Dragon's Eye palette. So first of all, the brushes, these are fantastic. I love the pink and black ferrule. They're weighted, they're heavy duty quality, they're soft, yet dense enough to really get in and nicely apply shadow. Really, really like these. I can see myself picking up more of their eye brushes. And then of course, the star of the show, the palette. Now, like I said, I like the color story of this. It's unique, it's neutral, but there's a twist, and that is my favorite type of neutral palette. The mattes performed beautifully. They layered beautifully, they were opaque, they blended out really nicely, and again, they're buttery, buttery soft. And then the shimmers. The shimmers, in my opinion, are really the star of the show. They're so foiled looking, but not wet. Easy to apply with the finger, with the brush, very unique, multi-chromes, duochromes, and just the pops of color in the shimmers just can take a neutral look just and elevate it into something really spectacular. I'm glad that I focused today more on a pinky purple look, and I will say that my favorite shade in the palette is Scales, that shade I popped on my lower lash line. It is so shifty and beautiful. It's teal and gold and purple. It's so beautiful. I can't wait to create another look and use that all over the lid. That's gonna be stunning. But I really, really like this palette. The quality, the aesthetic, everything about it is really, really nice. I am a big fan of What's Up Beauty, and I can't wait to test out more of their products in the future. So let me know down below, have you tried What's Up Beauty? Are you interested in picking up the Dragon palette or maybe the brushes? Let me know your thoughts down below, but I am impressed and can't wait for more from the brand. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, turn your bell on so you don't miss any future videos. I will, of course, link the What's Up Beauty Dragon palette and brushes down below and the website for you, as well as my favorite beauty subscription boxes. Again, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing today, if you wanted to pick up some pieces of this look, discounts to my very favorite indie brands, and come follow me on TikTok for a little bit more beauty on a budget. Really, really good palette, and cannot wait to purchase more from the brand.